guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of Soldier Talk the Podcast. I'm your host, Staff Sergeant McPherson, and on this show we discuss military topics with current and prior service members. Today we are going to start on part 3 of the CSDP inspection with Chief Fanco. So I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. So we stopped off on the property accountabilities, the inventories. So the first question says, does the commander review DA PAM 25-30 to ensure the most current supply catalogs, component listings, and technical manuals are related during the inventory? So that's basically the commander will use those updated documents and catalogs for reference while he's doing the inventory, right, Chief?
Yes. So some of those are for only especially the TMs are there for a guide for pictures. As far as now, as far as the other, we're supposed to be using the bombs. So based on the bombs, the bill of materials for the inventories, the pulls for each equipment should be the ones the authoritative resource to be used for when we do inventories. Now, if you have equipment as far as sets, kits, and office, they should also be on the bomb. However, you can utilize the SKO to bounce what is in the actual SKO versus on the bomb. Any discrepancies that that might happen, we have to submit a help desk ticket to the GCSS Army portal to make sure they are actually fixing the bombs.
So the next question says, when the primary hand receipt holder is replaced, is a joint inventory conducted before the new primary hand receipt accepts responsibility? And is a copy of the inventory results maintained on file? So when there's a change of command, that they must do a joint inventory before the new primary hand receipt holders accept responsibility, and you must keep those results on file. The next question is, are sensitive and cyclic inventories conducted as directed by the PBO? So every month, the property book office sends out monthly reports, and they explain in those reports how to fill out the sensitive items inventory, and also how to what lens will be inventory for the cyclic. And of course, you have to sign the primary hand receipt every month. The commander does. Next question is, has the PBO designated by memorandum the items to be inventoried? This is basically what I just stated. So once you look at that memorandum, as far as the cyclic inventory, it'll tell you which lens to inventory for that month. And of course, every month all sensitive items will be inventoried. You say, are inventory results recorded on a memorandum signed by the responsible officer or PBO? So I never saw the inventory results signed by, what do they mean by that, Chief?
So the inventory results, those are like at the unit level. So whenever they do inventories, we provide the actual inventories for the units to do it. Now, once they do it, like for instance, the cyclic, sensitive, primary hand receipt, or an outbound hand receipt, those, when the unit does the inventory, they need to make sure they check constantly. Like they have to do the inventory, and then at the same time, at the primary hand receipt, they gotta make sure that any changes that occur every month, they gotta make sure that they scrub their property books, and then annotate or whatever supporting documentation they have on file if the equipment was turned in or it was a lateral transfer, to reflect the next changes on the following month. So now the sensitive items, they need to maintain also a copy, the working copy, at the arms rooms, at the unit arms room, because it's a physical security inspection requirement. So you gotta make sure that those copies are also maintained at the unit, and at the arms rooms for physical security inspections.
So the next question is, are copies of all supporting documents, change of command, sick leave, sensitive items, inventory, set kits, and outfits filed in the unit supply room? So yes, all these must be filed according to AR 710-2. It must keep those on hand as far as the change of command and each month monthly inventories. So that would end the property accountability as far as the inventories section. Next, we'll move into the OCIE and personal clothing. So the first question says, does the unit supply room have a current copy of the unit roster Alpha 162? So this is the 162 that you would get from the orderly room. You would want to print it out at least 2 weeks prior to the inspection, and also have the commander sign it, because a lot of units get nicked for that. They'll print it out, but they will forget to ask the commander to sign it. The next question is a duplicate copy of each assigned or attached personnel OCIE on file? So for E4 and below, you will have a signed copy of the CIF record, the orders to that duty station, and inventory on that soldier by their first line supervisor. That's what you have on file for E4 and below. And for officers at NCO, it would be a signed copy of the CIF record, their orders, and it's a memorandum for officers or NCOs. The next question says, are clothing inspections inventories conducted on DA Form 3078 or memorandum for a non-commissioned officer? So this is at least annually. I don't think this pertains to this inspection, Chief, because I don't think NCOs does have to have an inventory on file, right? They just have the memorandum saying.
So they will have the memorandum, and like you said, they're gonna have the CIF printout and their orders.
Okay. So the next question was, is a record of inspections or inventory recorded on a properly prepared DA Form 3078? So this is going back to the same thing that I was saying, that 3078 is basically an inventory on the E4s and below, as far as their OCIE and stuff that they supposed to have.
And the supervisors will sign on that,
yes,
saying that they conducted an inventory for the soldiers.
So it also says, do corporals through sergeant majors furnish a statement that their initial military clothes is on hand and serviceable? So that's basically that memorandum stating that they have their OCIE and it's serviceable. The next question is, do soldiers in the grades of E5 and above furnish a statement in lieu of DA Forms 3645 that OCIE are on hand and serviceable? So this is the same thing.
The same thing. If it's serviceable equipment, make sure you want to put it on the memo, separate memo.
Yes, sir. So then it says, is a copy of each assigned or attached personnel assignment orders on file? So this is the same thing. You want to make sure each soldier has a copy of their orders in that same filing system, because during the inspection, that inspector might say, okay, let me see a copy of your Alpha 162. So they'll take your 162 and they'll randomly choose any name on their 162 and pull their file. And you must have, if you don't have certain documents in that file, you'll get nicked on that for that part of the inspection. So then it says, is a copy of each assigned or attached personnel assigned? No, it says, is DA Form 2062 or automated hand receipts properly prepared and filed within each clothing record for all issue items? So if that soldier's issued anything as far as a commercial item, is that right?
Right. Like for instance, they issue the insignia or the patch, the PT belt, expendable items. They need to have that 2062. They're saying they got issued that for supply.
Okay.
It's just a copy.
Okay. So it says, are clothing record folders labeled and maintained for each assigned or attached soldier? So what do you mean by our clothing records labeled and maintained for each assigned or attached soldier?
So
Okay,
what
so
he's saying is, so you gotta make sure that each soldier has that folder made, and it's according to, you gotta follow the ERMs, the records, so that way it's labeled based on the 710-2, and then what is the soldier's name, last name, first name, and then that's what it means that it's labeled on your, based on the 162, and then you file it based on ERMs.
So today, you guys, that was supposed to be part 3 of the CSDP inspection, where we covered the property accountability inventories, and then we went into the OCIE and personal clothing. So on the next video, we're going to cover the adjustment documents, which is the flippals, statement of charges, and stuff like that. So that basically is it for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys follow the Instagram at the bottom of the screen, and I will see you guys in formation.